Thank you for staying the course on the program. We're following developments beyond 100 days of the Bola Ahmed Tinubu administration. Following the landmark judgment by the panel of 5-member justices last Wednesday on the 2023 presidential election, affirming the victory of President Tinubu, the Election Petition Tribunal in various states have begun to give judgment on some election matters. The Imo State National and State House of Assembly Election Petitions Tribunal on Sunday sacked a member of the House of Representatives, Ikenga Ugochinyere, for being an invalid candidate to contest the Ideato North and South Federal Constituency election. It then ordered INEC to, within 90 days, conduct a supplementary election in the constituency, holding that the PDP and its candidates should be excluded from the supplementary election. Mr. Ugochinyere, a member of the PDP, was announced the winner with 13,026 votes in the February 25th election as declared by INEC. The candidate of the Labour Party, Chigozie, came second with 5,696 votes, while the candidate of the APC, Abazu Benson, came third with 2,368 votes. He expressed his dissatisfaction with the outcome of the election. I'm talking about the APC candidate who filed a petition before the tribunal. Chairman of the tribunal, Justice Anthony Akpovi, directed INEC to conduct fresh elections in 90 days. I'm joined on the program by political analyst Kletos Obum, who joins me live from our Abuja studio. Interesting developments coming from the tribunal. If we can, let's begin with what happened last week, Wednesday, when we saw the 12-hour judgment on the presidential election. Would you say that has finally put an end to the credibility question about the February 25th election?
Yes, thank you for having me this night, especially on electoral issues at the courts. Let me make the point clearly that that Wednesday judgment is very fundamental. And when I see people trying to disparage judges on account of their emotions, it becomes very unfortunate, because the hallmark of democracy may be the fact that there is freedom of speech. Those who did not experience what we suffered between 1993 and 1999 may not understand why they can sit on national television and call names on the judges in Nigeria and call them and tell them that they are not doing well. Most of those judges were tribunal judges at 1999, 2000, 2003. They were tribunal judges. Today they are sitting in the Supreme Court, meaning they have gotten through the crucibles of our jurisprudence. And when they make pronouncements and get into lecture rooms in delivering their judgments. Let me make the point that
Yes. I just wanted us to move on very quickly because unlike the judgment you're referring to, the situation in Imo was quite more dramatic where, and a candidate who won an election was sacked for not being validly nominated by his political party. I was thinking we could get your thoughts on that quickly.
I'm flowing from there. Let me make the point that of Imo State. Imo has always presented us with novel positions in our jurisprudence, in our legal system, especially in election matters. First, we had the issue of the present governor, and now we're having this one. Let me say that what is different in all this is that this candidate has been asked not to rerun. And I feel that is not enough. He should have been given heavy and severe deterrent costs, because there was a Supreme Court judgment. There was a Supreme Court judgment as far back as 2022, pre-election. And the people who took them to court were PDP members. So there's nothing, Nigerians must know this. It is unlike what the appeal court said in the recent cases. What they said in the recent cases is that you can't be a meritocratic interloper. That is to say, APC cannot question what PDP did in the primaries. Labour Party cannot question what APC did. So you can't move to another party to question their primaries. Now, in this case, it was a PDP member who participated in the primaries that went to the court, High Court, Appeal Court, and Supreme Court. And Supreme Court had a judgment in 2022, before the election of 2023. And in that judgment, they said PDP has no candidate in Imo West Senatorial District, whether Federal House, Senate, or anything. Some people are questioning why the other candidates were not also disqualified, because nobody challenged them. You have heard the mantra that the court is not a Father Christmas, so it doesn't give what you didn't ask for. In 1993, in 2003, Obasanjo lost in Ogun State. Nobody challenged Ogun State election. The court said there was no election in Ogun State. But because the other candidates were not challenged, they went free. So in this time too, nobody in Imo State Federal House or Senate was challenged except Ugochinyere.
Just a minute, Mr. Obum. I'm sure you know that Mr. Ugochinyere has a right
court, and the court has said you cannot.
You can hear me. That Mr. Ugochinyere has a right to appeal this, further at the Court of Appeal. But the interesting twist to all of this would be referencing what happened on Wednesday when the Court of Appeal mentioned that the cases of nomination of a political candidate is a pre-election matter, and that featured with its decision on the nomination, the double nomination of the vice president of the APC. Are you concerned that this seems, to be a different interpretation of that Court of Appeal position?
Let Nigerians know and let the lawyers know. I'm not a lawyer. Please let nobody quote me. But I'm a political analyst and I understand the law well. I've been a lawmaker, so I should know that what the court is saying is that, look, there is a judgment before us saying you were not qualified to contest in the first place. You were not qualified to contest. And therefore, a judgment of a competent court, not just a competent court, the highest court in the land, said PDP should field no candidate in the entire senatorial district for any election. And you went ahead. How did you get yourself on the ballot? That's why I'm calling for punitive and severe deterrent costs to be put on this man for even coming to contest that election. Because the Supreme Court said...
to the court because you accurately mentioned that you are
PDP
not a lawyer.
Did not do the
probably
primary properly. It is not APC that challenged that.
Tell
what
the
APC
judiciary
went to court to say is that the
but if you
Supreme
can hear
Court
me,
should be obeyed.
Yes. Mr. Obum, if you can hear me, there's a political dimension to all of this. Usually when we deal with pre-election matter, do you think that political parties in Nigeria are paying enough attention to see how the challenges within the party can cost them even long after elections have held?
Precisely why I am coming on this program to say that our political actors must sustain and protect our democracy by their action. The desperation is getting too much. You now put pressure on the judges. I am saying that it is not possible for a political actor who had a judgment in his hands to proceed to contest an election. How did INEC get that man onto the ballot box in the first place? So we must get into that. It's not enough to just wish it away and say the man has been disqualified. I remember in Delta State, 2011, a federal House member was sacked and they asked him to pay back everything he collected. Ugochinyere must pay back everything he collected because, first of all, he was not supposed to be a candidate. That is where we are, and he must even be. And the INEC people who made sure that he entered that ballot, that he contested the election alone, should be jailed without an option of a fine. They should be in jail because Nigerians spent money, our taxes, to go and conduct that election in billions. And then you now waste our time to go back to court, to contest, to put a panel, to come and try a man who should be in prison. This is wrong. That is not politics. That's not democracy. And that's why even Trump, as President of America, is undergoing trial. People who do this type of things should be committed to prison and banned from participating in politics.
Well, Mr. Obum, the idea of sending Ugochinyere to jail or banning him is a decision of the court. And as you are aware, the tribunal is in the final arbiter on this matter. The man in question will appeal this decision. We spoke with him on the news last night, and we probably will have to await the decision of the Court of Appeal on this matter. Political analyst Cletus Obum, thank you so much for joining us and sharing your thoughts on this matter.
Thank you for having me, and please let Nigeria...
You're welcome. That's our program, everyone. You can watch a repeat broadcast at midnight today.